Hi, hello, welcome to Physics Truth Loka channel. Learn physics in detail at the speed of light. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. All people in the world should live happily and peacefully. Okay, let's not waste the time and straight away go into the topic. Today, I am going to discuss a very important topic in the first year, that is gravitation. So now why I am discussing this gravitation means it is just based on the concept that we have learnt in the previous section. That is, we learnt a concept that electric field due to a uniformly charged rod. See, already I told the similarity in the concepts resembles everywhere while studying any chapter in physics. So the same concept we are going to represent here also in this gravitational field also. So let's straight away see the magic that how we use the same concept what we learnt in electric field, that again in gravitation how we use the same concept. Let's see. Gravitational field strength or gravitational field intensity, or simply we can call gravitational field. So it is denoted by, we can denote it with either E bar or G bar. So gravitational field due to a uniform rod. So uniform rod means here, just there we have learned electric field due to a uniformly charged rod. Here uniform rod means uniformly massive rod. Uniform mass distribution is there. Uniform mass distribution. Uniform mass distribution will be there in this uniform rod, means that is uniform mass distribution will be there. There uniform charge distribution will be there. That is, we consider a rod. We consider a rod of length L, already we learned, and we are going to find, suppose this is uniform mass distribution, means that is uniformly charged distribution. Uniform mass distribution means what I will explain here. You see already the fundamentals where the basics what we learned there, these are all same everywhere. So for this rod, if a line is going through the length of the rod, this is called axial line, and this point is called axial point. So this is axial point, and now we are going to learn case 1 only in this case also. So electric field not, we are going to learn gravitational field due to a uniform rod at an axial point. Uniform rod at an axial point we are going to learn. So axial point means what does it mean? That and all I discussed about the axial point in my previous videos. I'll give the link here. Just you go through those who are who didn't watch my previous video. So let's not waste the time. Again, you see, so at an axial point we are going to find out the gravitational field strength. So here, that is there in electric field we are talking about charge. If charge is there, if a charged particle is there, around the charged particle, the region or space where its influence can be felt is called electric field. But similarly, if some mass is there, around a massive particle, the region or space, some region or space around a massive particle where its influence can be felt is called gravitational field. So with this gravitational field we are going to find out, this gravitational field we are going to find out in the case of mass distribution. Here the mass distribution is continuous mass distribution. Here the mass distribution is continuous mass distribution. It is not point mass. Continuous mass distribution we are going to discuss, because here mass is distributed here for every unit length, mass is distributed uniformly, and this mass is not discrete. We cannot separate this particle. So this mass is continuously distributed. So in such type of continuous mass distribution, just as how we learnt in the case of continuous charge distribution, to find out the electric field there from this point P, we have considered an elemental charge dq. Similarly here also from this point P at a distance x, we will consider an elemental mass. We will consider that elemental mass, let us suppose here you consider an elemental length dx. In this dx also some mass will be there, so that mass we will call it as dm. And see there, this dm we can write it as the linear mass density. Linear mass density here also we can write it as lambda. So lambda is equal to linear mass density. that is mass per unit length, that is dm by mass per unit length, that is dm by dl. Now see, this mass per unit length we can write for uniform rod, we can write it as or we can write this as dm is equal to lambda into dl. If I integrate in between the proper limits 0 to capital M, suppose capital M is the total mass of the rod, 0 to capital M, here lambda is constant for uniform rod, mass distribution is uniform, so linear mass density is constant, that we find we have to, so then we can write in between dl, this dx length varies from position to position, like it we can integrate. So integration of dm we will get m lambda into l, or lambda is equal to m by l. This is the mass per unit length, linear mass density, and this is constant for uniform rod. This is constant for uniform mass distributive rod or uniform rod, we can say. This is constant. So whenever this is constant, then dm already we have got, so dm is equal to from this formula lambda into dl, we can write lambda into dl. Lambda is mass m by l into this dl is dx. So this dm we have it. So now this dm acts as point mass. Now this dm acts as point mass, and due to this point mass, let this point is p is at a distance. Let this point p is at a distance. See, due to this point mass, this is the dm. Due to this point mass, we know that this p is at a distance x. As already we discussed, due to the point mass at point P, the gravitational field G bar, dz bar, this gravitational field will act due to this point mass. Gravitational field is always attractive. Suppose gravitational field will act towards this point mass, and this dz bar or de bar will act towards this direction due to this point mass, and it is given as dz bar or de bar is given by, so in the d is equal to k cube by x square. Instead of that k, here constant is capital G will come, and q dq there, but here mass dm, g dm by the distance square is x square. So dz or de bar is given as here g dm already will alter, dm is equal to mass per unit length into dx, that is lambda dx. So m by l into dx, m by l into dx, in the place of dm we wrote that still into 1 by x square. So into 1 by x square, that is there. So this is the small gravitational field, small amount of gravitational field produced by this point mass, which is at a distance produced by this point mass at this point P, where which is at a distance x from this point mass. Now this as I already discussed in the previous section, so if I divide this rod into several dx, this whole rod length, if I divide into several equal parts of dx, like this, dx, like that if I divide, then on each elemental length dx, the same mass dm will be present, same mass dm will present, because here the rod mass is uniformly distributed. So dm, same mass dm will be present on each elemental length dx. So each dm will act as point mass at this point P, each dm will act as point mass, and it will produce one dz1 or de1 gravitational field produced by this point mass. Since the distance between gravitational field is always attractive only, so here dz1 will be towards this side, and due to this point mass, this also acts as point mass, and due to that, so dz2 will produce, this also acts as point mass, due to that dz3 will produce, like this, several gravitational fields due to all these point masses will be produced, so on. So suppose if I divide into n equal parts, dz n bar will be produced. So if I add up all these gravitational fields produced by all these point masses, which covers the total mass of the rod, then we will get the total gravitational field produced at this point P, which is the axial point to this rod. So now in order to get total, so the procedure will be similar only. In order to get the total gravitational field, then we have to follow the same procedure. If we know the small gravitational field due to a point mass dg, that is g into m by l into dx by x square. This is the small gravitational field produced by this dm, which is at point x. Now to get the total gravitational field, same procedure will follow. We have to integrate in between the proper limits to get the total gravitational field g0 to g, and here g, m, l are constants. Here x varies from, x is varying so that the whole length of the rod should cover. So x is varying from, see this point is at a distance r, from r to r plus l. If x varies, then the whole mass of the rod will be covered. So if I go on integrating this 1 by x square, as in the previous section I learnt, I told that 1 by x square integration you will get it as minus 1 by x, and in the same procedure here we have to write the lower limit r to r plus l. Then finally we will get the, see here, so integration of 0 to g dc will get the total gravitational field produced, and g equals to gm by L into minus 1 by x. If I substitute first upper limit r plus L minus of lower limit, if I substitute r, then you will get like this. So after, so next g is equal to, next step, gm by L into 1 by minus of minus is plus 1 by r minus 1 by r plus L will get. So this is the total gravitational field produced by the uniform rod at an axial point. So let's have the conclusion here itself. Say we are having a rod of length L whose mass is uniformly distributed, rod of length L whose mass is uniformly distributed. So on axial point, so a point is there on axial line which is at a distance r. Then at this point the total gravitational field, it is pointing towards this direction only. So total gravitational field E bar r g bar we can write. So g bar is given by this expression, g on axial line. So g on axial line we are getting it as g on axial point. So total gravitational field in terms of vector magnitude is given by gm by l into 1 by r minus 1 by r plus l into I cap we can write. This is the total gravitational field produced by this uniform rod in the case of continuous mass distribution. So total gravitational field produced is this. So students, here whatever we learnt in this video is just similar to the concept that we have learnt in the previous video regarding electric field strength due to a uniformly charged. Their charge will be there in electricity or electrostatics. In the place of that, we will talk about charges. But here in gravitation, we will talk about masses. They are uniformly charged rod, they are uniformly mass distributed rod, and their proportionality constant K will become, and in the place of proportionality here, universal gravitational constant G will come. Here M comes means there K comes. Here L is same only. The expression remains same only. There and here also, the remaining all cases. So thank you for watching. Keep subscribing and keep stay tuned to our channel. Thanks a lot.